seem like we feel the same. We love what we hate. We lie, but we know we can't widen.
How can we deal with feelings trapped? Hello friends, this is Yundel. Ang today's share is about dealing with feeling trapped. This is not an easy share, and I am just sharing this with you from my own reading and of course from my own life experiences, because many times we feel trapped in our life and it's very difficult to handle. It's very difficult to solve the problem when we are feeling trapped. I know it's not easy, but believe me, in my spiritual practice, it really helps me to come up with the right decision, to reach in the right decision, to have the right mindset, and new ideas come how to solve the problem. Feeling trapped is not easy, but if you have the right mindset, knowing that you are not alone, knowing that everything you are doing is for your own good, trusting in yourself, trusting into God, it becomes easier for you to deal with this kind of feeling. Of course, you can be frustrated. Of course, you feel disappointed. Of course, it seems so very difficult. It is not easy at all. But in my experience, when I am feeling trapped, it becomes easier for me really to handle it when I can have the fresh air out here in the nature, by the water, or by the forest. I need to get out in my house to think well. I cannot think well when I cannot breathe well. To deal with this kind of feelings, I need the right atmosphere from the nature. I have to work hard with my feelings. I have to turn around my mindset. And of course, if I cannot get out, I have to write it down. It is very important that we can write it down what we are feeling, why we are feeling trapped. Many times we are feeling trapped because of the circumstances that cannot be avoided. But as what I told you in this life journey, we can expect something will happen from one day to another. It seems very difficult sometimes, but if you can control yourself, have control over yourself, it becomes easier for you to take the right decision, to handle things from your own perspective. For me, through prayers and meditation, really helps me to calm down, to take away that feeling trapped. Yes, there are many people just taking this for granted because this is life. We're going to experience this from one thing to another, from one day to another. It cannot be avoided. It is a part of our life journey. But many times it is really difficult to handle it when we don't have the right mindset, and many of us becomes impatient right away instead of thinking it clear. Think it clear. Know that you're doing something for yourself. But believe me, if you can really understand yourself, if you really know yourself and you know your boundaries and limitation, it becomes easier for you to handle these kinds of feelings, being trapped. When you are feeling like this, for me, I have to come into the meditation. I have to come unto the Lord with a word of prayer. It helps me really, and I hope it can help you too. But the point here, to deal with this feeling, you must always set time for yourself, respect yourself, understand yourself, embrace yourself, and be kind to yourself. It becomes easier for you to handle this kind of feelings when you can take time for yourself. When you're feeling trapped, work on with your mindset first. That is the first thing you can do with yourself. Recollect your thoughts, think it well. What are those things you're thinking right now? Is it positive or negative? Then make a decision that you are in control with your life. Do not be scared. Let's be real for a moment. You know what decision you want to take. And you can take the right decision when you can calm down with yourself first. Seek psychological help. If you're capable of doing this, it will also really help you if you can seek psychological help. Build a support system. In this situation, yes, you can call up your friends, your relatives, the people you trust with, the people you know who really love you. But for me, many of my friends are busy. They have their own thing as well. So for me, nailing down for a word of prayer, only God and God alone can understand my feeling when I am trapped. Make small adjustment of your situation. Understand that it is time to have some changes in your life. Look for the positive always. Do not focus on the negative. Think that what you are doing now is for your own good. Always be more tolerant and be more patient. This is also very important. Being impatient is very difficult to handle when we are feeling trapped. Focus on self-improvement. Focus on self-care. Nobody can take care of yourself except you and you alone. So focus on your own self-care. Focus on your own self-improvement. And try to live a simple life, not a complicated life. Many of us is just taking it for granted. And the result is we are living in a complicated life. We must work on with ourselves to identify what we truly want. This is very important. Change your perspective. Try to do some exercise. Move your body. Set a date at the park. Set a date for yourself. Have a self-date with yourself. So for me, for example, I'm going out to the nature or I'm going to take a walk in the woods. So set a date at the park for yourself. Take action to avoid analysis paralysis. Taking action is very important. Do something, small thing at a time, one step at a time. And about self-care, you have to rest, recharge, and focus more on your self-care. Self-care is the key here to handle, to deal with our feelings when we're trapped. It's not easy, but you have to focus on yourself for your own self-care. For me, in this kind of situation, I have to think of myself first. What I am, who I am, what I want to do, who I want to be. You have to focus on yourself first when you are dealing with this kind of feelings. It's very important that you have to take care of yourself first before others. You cannot take care of others if you cannot take care of your own self first. Therefore, self-care here is the key to deal with this kind of feelings, because when you are confident with yourself, when you know who you truly are, it becomes easier for you whatsoever comes on your way. You have to acknowledge your own good first. You are good enough. You are capable enough. You can do it. Keep telling that to yourself. So no matter what you're struggling, what you're facing at a certain moment, it becomes easier to deal with feelings trapped within us when we know first who we are and what we want to be. Self-respect here is very important when you are doing some self-care with yourself. This is my own understanding. How can I deal my feelings being trapped? This is Yundel. Thank you for listening. Thank you for dropping here in my channel. I am very grateful to each and every one of you. Remember to prioritize yourself first before others. I love you all and bye-bye.
Like we feel the same, we